focusing on two assessment criteria for this course today, 3.2 and 3.3 respectively. It says analyze the impact of organizational culture on quality management. That is, what is the impact of OC on the management of the quality? We will be discussing that despite with the command verb analyze. Analyzing the impact of organizational culture on the quality management requires a detailed examination of how various cultural factors influence the approach, implementation, and effectiveness of the quality management system, because we are talking about the impact of organizational culture on the quality management. So for that, what we need to discuss is what is the approach, what is the influence, and how we could implement it. What is the process, XYZ, everything is going to be included in today's part. The first thing is language. What is the impact on communication for that? Language differences can affect communication within the multinational organizations. Effective quality management relies on the clear communication of the standards, procedures, and feedback. Now, it is a good organization or even a small SME. But what if the communication, the language, there's a barrier to it? What will happen then? It will cause a problem. The command which the owner or the manager is giving to us, we won't be able to proceed it perfectly. For example, in a global company like Unilever, English is often used as the primary language to ensure consistency in quality management practices across different regions. However, local translators or the translations are necessary to ensure understanding and compliance at the local level. Now, the standard level of the language is English there at the Unilever, but people are from China, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, then Saudi. We have so many languages: Arabic, English, Urdu, Punjabi, German, French. So we should at least know how, a little bit know how of it as well, so that we can proceed everything smoothly. Religion. Religious beliefs can influence work schedule, holidays, and ethical standards, impacting the quality management. Now it's a standard big organization, and we people as Muslim, we do take often off on our Eid holidays because that's a mandation. Even in the Ramadan, we are working 30 days with the fast, so it's our right to take at least 3 days break off. But it could be hindered to the other religion as well. Like in India, for specifically in the Hinduism, we have so many other cultures as well, which are like, what do we call it? The color festival and
Yeah, Holi, it's called Holi,
Holi,
and Diwali. There are many,
Diwali.
many kind of festivals which are celebrated in India.
So
India, yes.
there people do get the off there. Okay, for example, the countries with a significant Muslim population, companies like Coca-Cola Company, adjust work schedule during the Ramadan to accommodate fasting hours, ensuring that the quality and productivity are maintained without compromising the religious practices. Now, this is a very good example, though they are supporting Israel, but again, this is what they are doing for the Muslims. They do change their schedule, their working hours for only 1 month, because I don't think so. It won't change or impact on their profitability. In fact, if you're going to accommodate the Muslims according to their culture, just for a month only, then what would happen? They're going to be more productive and efficient in less hours. Okay, then we have values. Organizational values shape what is prioritized in quality management, such as customer satisfaction, product excellence, or the cost efficiency. Why? Because value impacts a lot in the quality management. You want to satisfy the consumers due to the profit and goodwill in the organization and the industry, plus the excellence of the product, that is a good quality product with the cost efficiency. With less expenditure, you have to produce a good quality product which is going to retail in the market for a longer period of time. For example, Toyota's emphasize on the value of continuous improvement, that is the Kaizen method, which has led to a strong quality management culture focused on incremental improvements and employee involvement in quality processes. Now, this is only the method Kaizen is used in the Toyota organization, not the other organization. Why? Because they're working on it solely. The other organization can use it, like the small SMEs or even the medium enterprises too. But they specifically work, the like work module is around the Kaizen method. Impact on employee engagement, that is the way they are working in the organization. The attitude of employees towards quality management can significantly affect its implementation. Positive attitudes towards quality initiatives led to better adherence and proactive improvement suggestions. Why? Because when we are going to make them feel important in the organization, they are going to be motivated. They are going to feel important asset of an organization, and their efficiency is going to be improved as well. For example, at Google, an open attitude towards the innovation and quality improvement encourages employees to actively participate in refining the processes and ensuring higher standards of product quality. Why? Because it's important to make them feel important. That is why the Google organization is still working on it, so that ultimately it is indirectly or directly helping the organization itself by making and producing new products, new techniques in the market. Customs. Local customs and practices can influence how quality management procedures are perceived and followed. That is, there are some ethnicity in the region, in the district, and even the cities and countries, which we need to follow no matter what. And it do impact the quality too. For example, in Japan, the custom of meticulous attention to detail and precision is deeply ingrained in the workforce, benefiting companies like Sony in maintaining high quality standards in manufacturing and product development. You would have seen in the dramas, in the K dramas too, and the documentary specifically, from the very little beginning, they start to polish up their children's to do their work by themselves, cleanliness and everything. Why? Because they are impacting and embedding in their blood that they have to work and strive hard so that they could be successful in the future too. And this is the norm of their country. Education. The level of education within an organization affects how quickly and effectively quality management principles can be taught and implemented. If an organization, again, is a multinational company, where you're going to expect that each and every worker, even the lower staff worker, is going to be qualified, not like did a bachelor's, master's, or PhD or specific diploma courses, but they are going to be at least 12 standard pass. So that is a specific education standard for these organizations. And if I talk about a small startup or an organization which is an SME, there, even a person who has only done FSC or A levels, he or she can open up a mart too, right? Okay. Then we have example. In a highly educated workforce, such as in Germany, companies like Siemens can implement sophisticated quality management system. For example, Six Sigma. We did discuss in the first lecture this technique more effectively due to the employee's ability to understand and apply complex methodologies. Infrastructure. The available infrastructure, including technology and facilities, influences the ability to implement and maintain quality management system. You're around your working environment, the buildings, the basic necessity, for example, the table, chair, the ACs, and the extra fringe benefits which they provide to the employees, they all matters a lot. It affects the mentality too. For example, Amazon advanced IT infrastructure allows for comprehensive tracking and quality control of its logistics and delivery processes, ensuring timely and reliable service to the consumers. That is what they're actually working on as well. Then we have working attitudes. Work attitudes such as punctuality, that is to be on time, diligence, and responsibility, to be dignified and responsible at the same time, affect how consistently quality management practices are applied. Because if your aim of an organization or even a team is to be qualitative, you have to work on yourself as well, on the skills too. For example, in Swiss companies like Nestle, a strong work ethic and commitment to high standard contribute to the consistent quality management across all levels of the organization. Organizational culture. The overall culture of an organization, including its commitment to the quality, openness to the change, and employee involvement, plays a crucial role in the success of the quality management. Quality management itself cannot be a factor of an organization in a culture of an organization. You have to focus on the other tidbits as well. For example, openness to change. If there is some problem and you want to change the module of the working method, you can. Then employee involvement, making them feel important. That is too necessary for achieving quality standard. For example, at Apple, a culture of excellence and innovation drives the company's quality practices, ensuring that product meets high standards and continually improve with each iteration. That is, step by step. They're working on each and every department to gain the quality management, qualitative products. Organizational values. The alignment of the quality management initiatives with the organizational values ensures that quality is integrated into the core strategy of the business. That is, in the values of an organization, when we make the objectives, the goal, the mission statement, we are going to consider the quality in the values too, if it is your utmost desire at that moment. For example, Johnson's and Credo emphasizes the company's commitment to quality and responsibility towards customers, which guides its quality management practices and decision-making processes. Why? They are emphasizing the values in the organization specifically because ultimately it is helping the consumers to be grabbed in the organization for a longer period of time. Secondly, they are boosting up the decision making power too, which is retaining them more profit. Organizational culture deeply influences quality management in various ways, from communication and employee engagement to the implementation of the procedures and alignment with the strategic goals. By understanding and integrating the cultural factors into quality management system, organizations can change their effectiveness and ensure the consistent delivery of high quality products and services. For example, from the global companies, illustrate how these cultural elements play out in the practice and highlight the importance of adapting quality management approaches to fit the cultural context of the organization. So, the whole crux of this scenario or the conclusion is if you really want to thrive in the industry and to embark the quality management as an essential tool for your consumers and for yourself, then you have to work on it from all the aspects. You cannot solely rely on one element. We have to work on many factors, then we can definitely go ahead with the qualitative product. Is the assessment criteria 3.2 clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
now 3.3. Assess, discuss. Here we are having two command verbs. You already know that I'm taking the lecture combined for both the old and new students. That was why. How organizational culture may be changed to ensure effective quality management. That is how we can change the culture. If the culture even changes, then how it can affect the quality management, the effectiveness of it. We're going to talk about that in this part. Assess again means use available information to make a judgment, produce a convincing argument for the judgment. Discuss means give a detailed account including a range of views or opinions which includes contrasting perspectives. Changing organizational culture to improve the quality management is a multifaceted process that requires a strategic approach, robust communication, and a commitment to the continuous improvement. That is, we are not focusing on the quality management again solely. We are going to take it as a strategic approach, working on different elements. This assessment will discuss various aspects of the change management, communication processes, employee engagement, and strategies to reduce resistance to change using examples to illustrate each one, which we will be doing it right now. The first point, change management. What it means. Change management involves systematic planning, implementation, and monitoring of the change initiatives to achieve desired outcomes while minimizing the disruption. Now, what in if I just open this up, what it means, we are going to do a proper planning. That is a strategic planning through each and every step by taking the you can say recommendations, advices from the peer groups, colleagues, senior managers, MDs. Then we will be doing the planning and we will be implementing the plan in specific project or the organization and monitoring of the change initiatives because we are changing the plan. That is why we need to monitor it whether it is going perfectly or not. The key aspects, planning. Developing a clear roadmap for the change, including timelines, milestones, and key performance indicators. That is, in how many month, year we will be achieving it. Then we have the milestones. That is step by step taking the things. And KPI, that is the performance indicator you already know. Leadership commitment. Leaders must actively champion the change. That is, they are going to lead it no matter what, demonstrating commitment into setting an example. That if something wrong is happening or you want to divert any module, you are going to actively participate in it. You are going to say only good for it. For example, General Electric GE implemented Six Sigma in the 1990s to enhance quality management. The success of this initiative was largely due to the strong leadership from the then CEO Jack Will, who provided clear direction, resources, and support for the program. Before 1990s, the GE was a normal brand, which was among the people. You already know that in 19th century we went with the revolutionary change. But before that, in the 18th century, too, people didn't knew that these things could even matter. He was the first person who took the stand, stood by it, and now everybody using their tires. Communication of the change process. Effective communication involves sharing information about the change process clearly and consistently with all the stakeholders. That is, if you're really facing the problem, you need to make sure that you need to tell all the things to the stakeholders, external, internal, both. They are playing both of them, they are playing important part in it. Key aspects, transparency, keeping employees informed about the reasons for change, the benefits, and the impact on their roles. That is, because we're making a big change, it's a responsibility as for an organization to tell them that we're about to change this methodology, what will be the benefit, who will be in, you can say, the most benefited person, and what impact it will cause. Two-way communication, providing channels for feedback and concerns to be raised and addressed. That is, if again you're changing a module or a technique or something problematic has occurred, you need to get the feedback too. For example, when implementing a total quality management TQM initiative, Toyota ensured that communication flowed both ways between the management and employees. We already discussed that Toyota were using the Kaizen method. Thus, they make sure that the two-way communication is an important factor in their this decision. Regular meetings, updates, and feedback sessions help create a culture of openness and trust, which was crucial for the initiative's success. Because without this, it was impossible for Toyota to be stable and stabilized in the market for a longer period of time. Then we have needs, requirements, and commitment from employees. Now, here the main factor or the main component are the employees, the workers. And we need to focus on their needs, their requirements, and commitment towards the organization or the decision. Understanding and addressing the needs and concerns understanding and addressing the needs and concerns of the employees to gain their commitment to the change process. That is, what are their responsibility as the worker, as the part of a dignified organization, what role they play in making the process of change easier. Key aspect, engagement, involving employees in the planning and implementation stages to gain their buy-in. What is buy-in here? That is their attribute and their what do we call it? Their important significance in specific organization. By asking them the question that what things could be in the planning process, implementation. That's it. Not in the monitoring level. Training and development, providing the necessary training to ensure employees have the skills and knowledge to adapt to new processes. That is the must be meant with the new changes, new adaptation, so that we can train them, we can give them the workshops, and they can easily work for further time. For example, when the British Airways underwent a cultural transformation in the 80s, under CEO Colin Marshall, a significant focus was placed on employee training and involvement. That is, the um, focus was on the employee involvement. That is, we could take the feedback from them, their decisions, their thoughts, and train them as well. This helped shift the company from a state run bureaucracy to a customer focused organization, that is, being public organization to being privatized, significantly improving service quality and performance. Communication and reporting mechanism between management employees, that is, the relationship between the head, the MDs, and between the workers. Establishing effective mechanism for ongoing communication and reporting between different levels of the organization, that is, top level, middle level, frontline managers, and the lower levels too. Key aspects, regular updates. providing continuous updates on the progress of the quality initiatives and changes. That is, it is the responsibility of both the elements, both the persons, whether he's a manager, whether he's a worker. We need to do the two-way communication here as well. Accessible reporting channels, ensuring that employees can easily report issues or suggestions related to quality management. It could be online, it could be written or manual as well. For example, at Procter and Gamble, continuous improvement teams use structured reporting mechanism to communicate progress on quality initiatives. This approach ensures that everyone is aware of improvements and challenges, fostering a collaborative environment. That is, they're working on the suggestions, feedback, complaint department way too rigorously so that they can strive in the specific area and the industry too. Reducing the resistance to change. You have heard about reluctance to change. In the same way, we have resistance to change. That is, the organization, the module, it has the tendency to change. Definition: identifying and addressing the factors that cause resistance to change among employees. Key aspects: addressing concerns, understanding and mitigating the fears and concerns of employees about the change. Now, many employees and workers, they are not able to get the new environment or the new working conditions. They always resist that we cannot do it, we won't be able to do it, and they ultimately resign. This is the responsibility of the employees, stakeholders, owners, board of directors to give them the workshops, to give them that specific confidence so that they can be part of the organization for a longer period of time. Incentives and recognition. Providing incentives for employees to embrace change and recognizing their efforts. That is, when we are grading them from the lower level to the upper level or any designation level, definitely the responsibilities increase, the risk also increases, but the benefit also increases, your pay scale also increases, the amount of respect also increases. For example, IBM's transition to a more customer centric approach in the 90s involved addressing significant resistance. By offering incentives, recognizing contributions, and creating a supportive environment, IBM was able to successfully shift its culture and improve quality management because they were specifically working on which approach customer centric. They are going like they want to satisfy consumers more so that they can easily boost the sales. Plus, that was possible through making the employees important by giving them enough facilities. Changing organizational culture to ensure effective quality management involves a comprehensive approach that addresses planning, communication, employee engagement, and resistance to change. Why it is effective? Because all these things matter. First, we execute the brainstorming, then we plan, then we implement, then we monitor, then we communicate with the two-way communication method. Then employee engagement, that is from both the aspect, we are making them important, and resistance to change as well. The success of such initiatives often hinges on strong leadership, transparent communication, and active involvement of employees at all levels. That is, no matter which rank employee you are going to be feel important, you are going to be an important asset at all levels of the departments. Examples from the General Electric, Toyota, British Airways, Procter and Gamble, and IBM demonstrate how these elements can effectively implemented to create a culture that prioritizes the quality and continuous improvement. By systematically addressing these factors, organizations can foster an environment where quality management thrives, leading to improved performance and customer satisfaction. Ultimately, what these organizations in reality are doing, they are using these methods and techniques to implement, make the quality an important factor, but with the various aspects as well, and they are successful till time. That's it. Any questions?
Ma'am, I have the question, the resistancy to change, like the last part, fifth one, once again.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Actually, ma'am, I didn't understand if the last point, I think, yeah, incentives and recognition, ma'am.
Incentives and recognition. Now, how we can motivate the employees to change with the new module of an organization? It is possible. by giving them the incentives. Incentives are fringe benefits, like giving them the medical allowances, free petrol, free food in the premises of an organization, health insurance, and so on. And recognizing them. If they have done some important part, or if they are feeling important, or they have done some daring aspect of the organization, we can give them a award. Like McDonald's, they give the employee recognition certificate and award every week, and in this way, they are able to work properly and effectively throughout the week and month as well.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am, I understood.
Okay, no problem. Clear to Nada as well?
It's clear.